Coach, I guess kind of take me through that last sequence. I mean, you guys get the big stop, you get the sack, and you get in the field goal range, and then you don't end up kicking a field goal.
Yeah, we wanted to be right around the 20-yard line. Felt like that was, one of those things where that is an incredibly safe field goal spot for us. So had the ability there to be able to go gain 6 yards. I love man the call. I don't like what the outcome was. But we did. We had a ton of opportunities. It comes down to that last play. We've got to find a way to feel the dropper and see it, while at the same time making a better decision at receiver. And if those two things happen, I feel really good about it. We are able to kill the ball and go kick a field goal.
And speaking of field goals, it seemed like there was some controversy, like on the miss. So, like from our vantage point, it looked like it went through. And what did they tell you, or what did you see there?
Yeah, same here. But what they ended up saying was it was something that we weren't going to be able to review. It was right over the top of the upright and not reviewable.
How much did that miss maybe factor into passing the ball late in the game there?
Yeah, again, we've got no timeouts. All we're trying to do is find a way to go gain 6, 7 more yards and be able to kill the ball, throw something really high percentage that's easy. Again, the execution, very frustrated with how the game ends. But man, when you got something you feel like is going to go gain 6 or 7 yards, that takes a lot of pressure off of that field goal kicker. And so we're at the 29 or 30-yard line. You find a way to go gain 6 or 7. You feel really good about it.
What do you feel like changed in that fourth quarter where you're able to get the ball moving again after kind of stalling out?
It's still the exact same thing. It's negative plays. I don't know if we had a negative play in the fourth quarter. That's it. The negative plays in the first half, we're moving the football. I think we had 3 drives there in the second quarter where we ended up getting no points, and it was because of negative plays. And that was a story again.
It really felt like you should have been up at the break. I mean, you had the fumble inside the red zone, and then the zone read play, I guess, quarterback keeper there, like trying to get element of surprise there, but it felt like there were like 3 drives you guys should have finished there in that first half. Is that kind of the feeling you had too?
The message after the game was there's other moments to win the game, not just the last time we had possession of the football. And all the plays inside the game give us the ability to have game control and control the game. And instead, we're in that situation where we've got an opportunity to go win the game, put together 2 great drives back-to-back, defense gets the stop, and the game ends the way that it does. But there's still all of these different plays inside the game that give us the ability to have game control and control the game that are keeping us from doing that in the first half.
What do you think was just contributing to some of those offensive struggles earlier in the game?
Yes, negative plays, us being behind the sticks. That's what it was. And so it was somebody different on a couple of those drives where we've got to find ways to get us back to 2nd and 8. We gained 6 yards on 1st and 10, and we're in a shift. And we snap the ball when the guy's still moving. We end up 1st and 15. We lose 2 on 1st and 15. We go to 2nd and 17. You got no chance. And so those are things that we've got to find ways to clean up. Those are the plays inside the game that keep us from having game control and controlling the game at an earlier point.
Felt like too there was a chance to get off the field there late, and you had the blocking with the illegal block, crackback block, and then you had the targeting penalty. The ball's a drop there. I mean, you're off the field there.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of take us through that,
Again,
dealing with that.
Frustrating. Like we've had great moments defensively, but we give them 30 yards in penalties on that last field goal drive, and they go make a 52-yarder, I believe, right there on that last drive with, I guess, probably about 6.5 minutes left.
On another topic, how do you feel like your run game performed tonight without Fluff? How do you think those guys did?
We were very, very streaky, very inconsistent. We had some issues in the interior at times where we had the chance to go target things a little bit better that it's going to clean up. And then we had a couple of opportunities where if we're staying on a tighter track, we got a chance to go gain 6 or 7 yards instead of being 2nd and 9. So it's all those things. And that's the message to our football team. When things are really, really good, it's because of everybody. When things are really not going the way you want them to go, man, everybody has some control of that. So that's That's the message. You know, our guys, I believe it. We're going to respond the right way. We're tired as hell of being close. There's no question about that. But our guys are going to wake up tomorrow morning and they're going to make a choice to respond and understand we're going to be back in Davis Wade next Saturday.
What's your, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Offensive line had its struggles in saying now. How did you feel like they played today?
I thought we were better. Obviously, having Albert back helped. Still, at times, we've got a couple things where, man, we've got some layups on the perimeter and some balls that got a chance to be big chunks down the field where we got to play a little bit cleaner fundamentally, be able to finish ball me man so that the ball can get in the air. And those were some things in the first half as well that, again, are frustrating.
How frustrating is it just to see this SEC losing streak continuing?
Yeah, I mean, not being on the right side of it's frustrating. There's no question about it. I'm tired of being close. Our guys are tired of being close. Again, we're going to respond the right way. I believe in our guys 100%. I believe in this football team. I love coaching them. They have done a great job of sticking together, and we'll continue to do that as we get ready to get back home next week.
You talked before about Blake is kind of a quarterback after your own heart. When he has a moment like that, the game ends that way. When you guys kind of get together away from all this, when the emotions fade, what's your message to him?
Respond. Find a way to take the positives and continue to build on those. He's got a lot of things that are out in front of him. The toughness this dude plays with every single Saturday is incredible. Played incredibly tough today. He's going to want plenty of things back. I'm going to want things back, but man, respond the right way. Keep fighting like heck to get better. He'll do that because he's a great competitor and he's a great leader.
Brendan had a huge game. Did you see anything on film from Florida to make you think that he could get deep like that?
I was not going to get out of this game and not force the ball to zero because of some matchups. And he responded for us.
How about just Braylon there, that 2 interceptions in the big stack?
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, again, finding ways to get his hands on the football and then make the play. You know, that's the stress nonstop, man. Find a way to make it, and he did that.
What have you seen from those defensive leaders like him or like Isaac, like, you know, Jerron Manning, a lot of those guys who keep coming up with these big moments and it's still not enough?
Yeah, and Nick Mitch, I mean, we got a bunch of guys that are fighting the fight the right way. They're playing the game the right way. Got to continue to find ways to get off the field at times. But man, they've had incredible energy, and I kind of hit on this a minute ago. But talk about loving a group to coach. These guys come to work. They're about each other. They're about the right stuff, and understand we've still got a lot in front of us.